Alright, hi everyone. Just wanted to give you a brief video introduction to the first weeks of class, or first week of class, now that I'm on spring break, and then you'll be on spring break next week. So I'm going to look away over here to the to my other screen to kind of walk you through, but follow along with the screencast just so you can kind of get an idea of what I want you to complete for our first face-to-face class on the 15th. Okay, so here is a link to our course site that we're going to be using. It's a Google site, and I've got all of the relevant information links across the top for things that we're going to use throughout the semester. I've got my contact information here, and I also have a link to our first meeting when we did the Weebly portfolio. So I'm going to have you refresh or review this in our before we meet next time. So, but where I will have you start is March 15th and 17th, which is next week, but it's your spring break. So you can actually complete these during this week, and that's why I'm posting a little bit early so that you have a chance to do it before your spring break. Okay, so the first class, this is how each of our classes are going to be laid out in this format, with everything that we cover in class along the left-hand side, and then we'll normally have a video to watch and discuss, and then any homework that is due. Okay, so I like to start out with this learning pyramid just to kind of show the style of teaching that I like. I really like to focus on these bottom three levels. As you can see, the average student retention rate goes up as you are being more active and more engaged in your own learning. So I try to stay away from lecture as much as possible, just because, as you can see, there's not enough retention or obviously as much attention that goes on. So I like to point that out early in the class. We're going to do a lot of practicing. You're going to have a chance to teach others both in small groups and in a large group setting. And then we'll certainly do some discussing. So we're starting here right now. You're watching this video. I'm going to have you start by reading through the syllabus and come with any questions on the first day of class for me. And also I want you to fill out the syllabus acknowledgement form. This just tells me that you read through it and you posted any questions here, and then you can either wait to have your questions posed on the first day of class, or I can address them here as they come in. Okay. Next thing is a Google document that I'm going to have you complete. And I have the settings so that you should be able to add to the Google Doc. So let me just pull the settings up here real quick. And you will have to be logged into your Arizona State University Gmail account. Okay, now if you're not logged in, or if you get some sort of message here that says you don't have the privileges, what it means is you're probably logged into a personal Gmail account. So all you have to do is re-log in. There should be a button that says ask you to switch accounts or to log in. So you can do that. Make sure you use the ASU right ID at asu.edu, and then your password, the same way you log into my ASU essentially. So like for me, it's my ASU right ID is T Kasicki, and then I would do asu.edu, and then I would put in my password to log in, and that should give you access to be able to edit. So what you're going to do on this document is you're going to enter in what you'd like to learn this semester. So I would like to learn about, okay, and then ... You don't need to put your name because I'm going to show you how I'll be able to track who wrote what. After you're done writing your information here on what you want to learn, I want you to go up to Insert and add a horizontal line. That way the next person that comes in can add their information, and we can have it separated with these horizontal lines. Okay, so everybody will put in a horizontal line so that we have a nice little separator. Okay. Now the second part of that, it says add a horizontal line after you put your text in there. The second part is you're going to add a new comment and tell me how you're familiar with Google Docs, how familiar you are with Google Docs. So as you can see, I've put mine in over here. What you'll do is once you're done writing, you'll highlight, either the whole thing, or you can just highlight the last word if you want, and you'll go into Insert and Comment. Okay, and then you see this comment box pop up over here. You just want to put, okay, I'm not familiar, I've never used it before, I use it rarely, whatever your comfort level is and however familiar you are with the Google Docs. Okay, so that's the activity for what do you want to learn this semester. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this so that you can start off fresh. Okay, now the next thing is I'm going to have you do is sign up for a Tech Resource Day. Okay, and I'll talk more about this the first time that we meet. Again, you'll have to be logged into ASU to add your name, but you're going to add your name to 2 different dates on here. Okay, so not the same 2 dates, but 2 different dates. Okay, and then what we'll do, each class will have 2 people share. That's why I've got 2 slots for each day. And you're going to share a tech resource that you found that you think would be helpful not only to you but to your colleagues as well. So this might be a website that you found that is really great. Could be some sort of device or software, or really anything. This is a very wide open-ended type assignment, but it's just a way for us to get to know some different resources because we have such a limited time. Being able to have you go out and find resources and then share them with your peers. We're going to build this collaborative website. So, so when you're all finished with that, putting your name in here, you will eventually, and again we'll talk about this more in class, but I've got a link up here to a website where you'll add your resources, but you don't have to worry about that yet. You just want to sign up for a day. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to have you do is watch this video up here on the right hand side, and after you are done watching it, I have some thoughts and a question here. And I would like you to add your thoughts on this Padlet wall. Okay. Padlet is a kind of a online sticky note piece of software. So you'll come here, you will double click anywhere in the open area. You can put your name first, and then you can write in your thoughts about the video. Okay, and I have the prompt here. So whatever you think, whatever your thoughts are on the video, enter them in here. Padlet's nice because it does allow you to add a few different things, attachments, photos, links to other websites and things like that. So if you want to take a photo, okay, you can paste it. You can take a photo from your, oops, now let me, probably because my webcam is already going with my screencasting software, but you can upload a photo or link from a web. You don't necessarily need to do that for this assignment, but you certainly can if you are having a particularly nice hair day or something like that and you want to show it off, then go ahead and add it there for us to look at. Next thing I want you to do is send me a short 1 to 2 minute video introduction, and this is something I want you to do by the end of this week so that I can watch them and kind of get to know your names and a little bit about you before we meet on our first face-to-face class. So just a 1 to 2 minute video. You can text it or email it to me, and what I'd like you to do include are things like your name, your undergraduate degree, where you earned it from, why you decided to join this program, and what you hope to teach, and maybe a little bit about yourself. Okay. The next is kind of our big project for the week. This is probably my favorite, or one of my favorite pieces of software that I use. It's called PictoChart, and it creates infographics. So I'll have you go through these steps in completing the project. I've got some examples here for you. I've also purchased a year subscription for everybody, so I've got key codes for you, or coupon codes I think they call them, that you'll be able to copy and paste so that you can have that free access, the Pro version, for a full year. And the Pro version gives you a lot more templates and features and whatnot, so you'll just go copy and paste into the correct directions. Okay, I've got some tutorials here as well for you if you need to watch those to kind of get familiar with it. It's not a very difficult piece of software, so these tutorials are, I think there's 6 of them, and they're about a minute to a minute and a half each. And then I'm going to have you post that into your portfolio, and I have a screencast here that'll show you how. Okay, so next thing is I use a safe, educator-friendly text messaging system. At least I like to model it for you so that you know that it's available to you for when you get into your classrooms. It's a nice tool because you don't see my number and I don't see your phone number. So although I'm having you text me, or I've provided you with my number, if this is something you want to use in your class, you could use it and not worry about your parents, the parents of your students, having access to your phone number or anything like that. So this is optional. I use it to send out a mass text if I need you to bring something, or if I'm going to be late, or maybe I'm going to miss class and it's kind of running late. I know that everybody gets text messages a lot quicker than they get email or anything like that, or Blackboard announcements. So I'm going to have you join this if you want to, and I've got directions here that'll show you how to join my class. It's very easy. All you do is text message to this number, and in the body of the text message you add @Mac SP16 for Spring 16. Okay. Let's see what else here. And then I just want you to go back through and review the portfolio information that we covered back in February, and you can also take a look at my model that I have created so far to kind of get an idea of what I've done. Okay, let's see. Next, so that's everything. That's kind of a typical. This would probably take us 2 days in class, so that's why we. That's why I'm having you do that this week while I'm on spring break and you're not, and then next week you'll be on spring break and I'm not. So I've got the homework due. You're going to submit to the syllabus acknowledgement form. You're going to complete your PictoChart and add it to your website. Subscribe to my Remind class, and then send that video introduction to me by March 12th. Okay? Just another thing to point out on the back of the home page of our site, I do have a tentative calendar here for everything that we'll be doing this semester. This changes always. Every semester I teach this, it changes. So this is something that's not set in stone. Just because we go faster, we go slower, I find something that I like, just try to stay current with the course. So this is tentative, but it's close, but it certainly will change throughout the course of the semester. Okay, so again, get familiar with the course, complete those assignments, and then let me know if you have any questions. Okay, thanks, and look forward to seeing you in a few weeks.